The next one is your game against Wemby. When the game was played, people have always kind of said it's like the two best young big men in the NBA right now.
Do you know that no matter what they say, Victor Wembanyama versus Chet Holmgren means more? Despite remaining team-oriented publicly, it is clear Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama circle their matchups against each other. Let's take a look. Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama's debut NBA seasons exceeded all expectations. The third meeting between the two elite rookies this season took place on Thursday night, with Wembanyama's Spurs defeating Holmgren's Thunder 132-118. Holmgren ended with 23 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists and 1 block for the number 2 squad in the Western Conference, while Wembanyama finished with 28 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists and 5 blocks. This season, every meeting between them has featured excellent basketball and added fuel to the burgeoning NBA rivalry. On the court, both players accomplish feats that no other player their age who is 7 feet taller has. Long before either of them were NBA players, Wembanyama and Holmgren were quite familiar with one another's style of play. Along with several future NBA players, Holmgren competed for Team USA's Under-19 squad in July 2021, while the squad was in Latvia for the FIBA World Cup. As the overwhelming favorite, Team USA dominated the first part of the competition, outscoring every other team by an average of 40 points in pool play. Before the title game, Wembanyama set a tournament record with 32 blocks, while Holmgren had 19 in 6 games. In the gold medal match USA took against France, it would be Wembanyama and Holmgren's first meeting. Before the event, NBA scouts and fans already knew what kind of player Holmgren was. He was the top recruit out of high school at the time, and he was going to Gonzaga, a team coming off a run to the national title game that ended in a loss to Baylor. Wembanyama, at 17 years old and 2 years younger than every player on Team USA, had only just begun to get attention. More than 100 NBA executives and scouts attended the sold-out Arena Riga event, drawn by the two unicorn-like prospects and their large platform. Naturally, Holmgren and Wembanyama crossed paths for the tip, and it was Holmgren and Team USA who got off to a quick start, with Holmgren scoring 5 of the first 10 points of the game. After France eventually settled in, the halftime score was 5 points. The finest player on the court, Wembanyama, came to life in the second half. He nailed a step-back 3, showed creativity off the dribble, and converted in transition. He was everywhere defensively and finished with an astounding 8 blocks. Holmgren was quiet the entire third quarter and finally drew a spark in the fourth, when France was up 68-64. Holmgren scored 5 straight points and led an 11-0 run for the USA. Wembanyama hit some foul trouble and exited the game late in the fourth quarter after Team USA's Jaden Ivey drew contact in the lane. Team USA closed it out in the final minute, 83-81, taking home the gold. Defensively, he was everywhere, finishing with an incredible 8 blocks. When France was ahead 68-64 in the fourth quarter, Holmgren finally showed some life after remaining silent for the whole third quarter. Holmgren finished the game with 10 points, 5 assists and 2 rebounds, earning him the title of tournament MVP. Wembanyama topped all players with 22 points and 8 rebounds in the final game, looking extremely displeased. Both players, along with Ivy, Zach Edey and Purdue, and Nikola Jokic of the Miami Heat, were named to the all-tournament team. This is at a time when he still seems quite small for his height, 7 feet 1 inch. He also missed the entire season because of a right foot ailment. However, over the past year, the large man is said to have already bulked out from 195 pounds to 207. Thus, if he keeps gaining weight, his prospects of staying on the court should be good. Holmgren should be a fun guy to roster this season and is projected to be one of the greatest wild cards in fantasy basketball overall. In contemporary basketball, the word unicorn is used to describe players who possess exceptional physical features and skill sets. These players are frequently very tall and use talents that are usually associated with guards or wings. Former Gonzaga center Chet Holmgren, a 7-foot who averaged 3.7 blocks and 1.3 three-pointers per game, as a first-year student at Spokane, may be considered a unicorn. He made news in the summer of 2019 as a high school student for his ability to drive around Steph Curry. Yes, that's Steph Curry. With the aforementioned physical attributes and skill set, he is regarded as one of the top talents going into the 2022 NBA draft. Holmgren was born on May 1st, 2002 in Minnesota. Thanks to his father, a former collegiate player, he was raised surrounded by basketball. Holmgren began polishing his abilities on the basketball court at Minnehaha Academy, a Christian private school in Minneapolis. In the 6th grade, Holmgren's height of 6 feet 2 inches immediately attracted the attention of his coaches and peers. Whether they like it or not, there will always be a connection between Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama as players. These two incredible big guys, who are unlike anything we have seen before, are serving their rookie seasons in 2023-2024 with the goal of starting the next great NBA dynasty. What does Holmgren say about Wembanyama? As of right now, Wembanyama and Holmgren's public remarks regarding their newfound NBA rivalry are spot on. When questioned about the Spurs rookie earlier in the season, Holmgren responded, "I'm worried about how to help the Thunder beat the Spurs tonight." The Thunder's rookie frequently gives off the impression that he is irritated, or at the very least that he is not interested in answering inquiries regarding their matches and prefers to keep the attention on the team. In addition to saying all the correct things, Holmgren is also acting selflessly on the court, helping his team win 2 of their 3 meetings with the Spurs this season. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, the NBA should rejoice in the fact that they finally have a sustained on-court rivalry between 2 of the biggest young stars in the game. This is what the league is built on. Bird versus Magic, Wilt versus Russell, Dirk versus Duncan, Chet versus Wemby is next up in the rivalries that will captivate a national audience and do wonders for the league. The 2 rookies can say whatever they want, but actions speak louder than words. This matchup just means more. It is truly a sight to behold. And that's a wrap for now, guys. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Remember, by subscribing to our channel, you're joining a community of people interested in amazing content like this. Until next time.